Hi Last Watchers, I'm in Lviv covering the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Sounds crazy, I know. Reviewing watches is something I do in my spare time. Working for a news broadcaster pays the bills. When I got the call a few weeks ago, I spent a day packing my gear before I sat down and gave some thought as to which watch I should take with me. In the past it was an easy option. My G-Shock was always the first and only choice for the likes of Iraq and Syria, but on this trip I decided to bring a selection. The criteria was pretty simple, something tough, robust and accurate, as I wouldn't want to miss a deadline. Low light legibility also a must. After looking through my collection, I selected 3 watches for the trip. The first watch was the one that started my journey in horology, a gift from my wife, the Citizen BN0150-28E. I have it on a bracelet and it's become a great beta watch for work. It's a quartz and I guess it only loses about a second or so a year. I only really set the time on this one when I take it on holiday or when the clocks fall back or spring forward, which they did last weekend. I put the Citizen on my wrist before my departure from the UK and it only came off a couple of days ago, as it's done pretty much everything I needed to do. I do tend to baby my watches, but on rough and tumble jobs it's inevitable that they pick up a few scars. If you look closely, you might spot a hairline scratch on the crystal. The Citizen's only weakness is its lack of sapphire glass. The watch that replaced the Citizen is my Steel Dive 1970, a homage to the Seiko Captain Willard. I'll be honest, it's one of my favourite watches, and I put it in my bag as I wanted something special that I could wear during my downtime. It's also got pretty decent lume that you can read quite easily when the air raid warning goes off at 4 AM. The benefit of the 1970 is that it's as cheap as chips. You can pick one up for less than £100, a fraction of the cost of the Seiko. It has a ceramic bezel and sapphire crystal. It's a tough little bugger with a fairly accurate NH35 movement, and if the worst should happen, picking up a replacement won't break the bank. I can't say the same for the Seiko. You won't be surprised to hear that I also packed the Casio GW-M5610. It's an almost indestructible tough solar that syncs to the atomic clock and never misses a beat. You will be surprised to hear that as of yet, I've not worn it. I'm definitely enjoying having metal on my wrist. Which is just as well, as the world timer has the local time zone as Moscow. Lviv has been relatively safe. There's only been one attack during my stay. I'm holding the square in reserve if things get out of hand. Hopefully it will stay in my bag. Let me know if I made a good choice with my Warzone trio, and share your top watch choices for a hostile environment. With any luck, I'll be back home in a week and back to my review table where I have a backlog of watches to look at. Stay safe and I'll see you all in my next video.